door cracked open, you know, the fireplace is rip roaring, a wood fire stove, etc. And now how that smoke is changing. We're starting to get more turbulence in there. It wants to pick up more air. It needs air from somewhere. From our firefighting technique and our firefighting perspective, this is where door control is huge. Pull up, Chief gives the size up, does 360, announces that he has fire and smoke showing from side alpha. We're going to be entering with a line through side alpha. That crew that's taking the door is going to break the door open, but then control the door. Make sure that they're not just busting the door open to allow it then all the oxygen it needs. Now again, something to keep in mind, this room, the fire room, is completely sealed off, okay? So the way it's reacting is slightly different than if the whole room were combusting, to include the ceilings and floors and everything else. But we're getting a little more free flow fire. I have a small passageway in here, I have a small passageway in here. Let's say we had some sort of open foyer, but they remembered to close the doors. We can start seeing a little bit of wafting smoke. Most importantly, again, for your pub heads, for the citizens in general, and it's hard to see now because it's coming straight up, but from this room, the one that is all sealed up, with closed before you doze, there's nothing in it. Go ahead and close that off right now, and throughout this entire demonstration, the same thing will occur. Alright, so now we're starting to pull through. Let's go ahead and open that second story. You start to see that vertical draw. Let's say this front window is closed. Yet I have an interior open foyer. I've got that front living room, office, den, maybe a front kitchen, who knows? Or a front bedroom, if this is split. Perhaps this is an over-under townhouse of some sort. And now all of a sudden, the graphic, right? And this picture, without being able to see inside per se, really shows me the fire might be where? Second floor, right? Because I'm seeing more smoke production from here, but it's because that flow path is coming in through the fire room, up that open foyer, and out to the top now. Questions or comments? Make sense? You're gonna start to see the flow, no pun intended. Pun intended. And again, for those of you that are close enough, you can see nothing going on in here. So we've got first floor fire, open hallway foyer up into the second story. Let's say it wasn't open. The window, well, let's say there's still winter time, right? Fireplace is rip roaring. Now we're starting to get that push. I need air. I'm going to start drawing from inside here as much as I can. And we should start to see a little bit of a change to where that smoke is mainly going to come out of the top end as the clean air starts to fish in the bottom end. And pretty much right about there, you see the difference. You can even see the mark right across here and smoke difference between the two. It's robbing Peter to pay Paul through that cycle. Now, if we were to come in and even just take a line and start to squirt that down, that's going to disrupt and change that whole process. So a whole different lab, a whole different lecture. But the idea there is the quicker we can get water on the fire, the quicker the problem is solved, right? So I got fire in this room here. Again, still open in the front here into an open foyer. And now, let's give it some room to breathe up top. We'll say it was vaulted all the way to the roof. Some sort of massive chandelier hanging, dolphin, swan, like your house. You got those swans in the front, crystals and everything else. But you look and you say, okay, how is this moving? Why am I seeing what I'm seeing? What part of the process from the fire department aspect of things is going to allow us to be the most effective in fighting this fire? What part of the process? water on it before that. Good size though. Absolutely. I pull up for whatever reason. I'm gonna say for whatever reason I can't see in there. But man, I got smoke pumping out of the loop. Okay? Out of the cotton walls. All of a sudden I'm thinking attic fire, maybe whatever the case is. I walk around and do my 360, nothing over here, nothing from side Charlie. More importantly, on side Charlie, I have no changing conditions, right? I have the same amount of floors on side Charlie as I do on the back. I don't see anything from the basement, and I don't see anything on side Bravo. But as I walk up that front door, and now I find the fire in the fire room, still sending crews upstairs, but I'm going to attack that fire very quickly.
The whole thing's covered. Tested it now anyway. Modifications.
And now you can see we're feeding that fire. Things are starting to cook off. For the purposes of the demonstration, we'll say we've got a second room involved now. We're starting to draw that fire through the structure. If you walk around, you can take a look and see all the pieces that are open, so all the slides that are representing hallways. Go take a quick walk around. Would be visible, not as a slide, but as an opening on your 360, right? So you may see smoke coming out of a vent stack on side Charlie. You may see smoke coming out of a slide. This might represent the kitchen. And all of a sudden you've got smoke pushing or you've got darkening of the windows in that area. How much flow is created through there. But taking a second, taking a few seconds to do that good solid 360, truly size up the structure. What am I going into? Okay? And knowing where that fire is and what the best approach would be.
Fire rolling there. Yeah.
Your tires shut
Yeah, actually I was thinking maybe more of those wax things too. It would help add that. Free burning room, plenty of oxygen, plenty of air circulating through. Start to shut it down, contain it. Not that we're going to run ahead of the fire and close doors and everything else, but my baby, my family, my loved one is in this room right here. Doing this, as soon as I climb in the window, is doing what? What technique is that? Good? Right, so I'm going to go in here, and even though I got smoke coming at me, I'm being told there's a victim in here. We're putting a ladder, we're climbing in, we are running to the door as quickly as we can to isolate that room. That's what that slide is simulating right now. And you can see, even just sliding that across, how much smoke. For those of you can see over here, you can see the heat really starting to push out of that room. Isolate this room off, now I have that much more time to go in and search effectively. right? We've now burned through that middle partition of some sort. This is an addition onto the house. It took a little while to breach that door, but it finally breached the door. How much more turbulence there is between the two rooms with the bigger fire, and how much we're pulling through. Close off that room. Shut the two between them. Now we're just really isolating into this. If you come up and keep that door closed, door control, as you make your way into the structure, we're now seeing, without water even, don't get me wrong, I want water on the fire, but without water, look at the change in smoke, right? What are we converting? Converting to non-burning. Take it back up, feed it. Door control, we're going to choke it out just a little bit, and the reason that we want to know where the fire is, I'm going to wait for it to convert. Because if we open it too fast,